everyone, it's Hunter and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, it is so nice to meet you. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my book wrap up for September. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a little bit sick. I am recovering from, I had a double ear infection, my eardrum ruptured. Overall, not a good time. And because of that, I did not want to use my brain for literally anything this entire month. I kind of just wanted to use my brain for nothing. So I really just like outdid myself with my TikTok screen time this past month. So I only read 9 books and I normally read more than that. So I was definitely in a slump this month just because I could not get into any book. So with that being said, I want to give you guys a recap of all of those books that I read. Since I only read 9, this will probably be a shorter book recap video. But with that being said, I'd love it if you guys would subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already. I make one of these videos at the beginning of every single month, and they're one of my faves to make. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first book I read this month was called Talk Bookish to Me by Kate Bromley, and it is, okay, so basically we have Kara Sullivan, who is a romance author, and her best friend is getting married. Basically, she has not had any kind of romance in her life in a while, and she kind of just sticks to the books when it comes to the romance, and then she becomes the bridesmaid for her best friend's wedding, and then her ex, her first love, Ryan, comes to the wedding and is going to be in the wedding party as well. Kind of sparks an interest. It was a really cute little rom-com, and it was a really quick read. I listened to it as well as read it. I literally read this one so quick, but I really enjoyed that one. I gave it 5 stars. The next book I read was The Love of My Life by Rosie Walsh, and obviously based on the cover, you can tell that it's not like some rom-com or anything. It's definitely more of like a thriller type of book, and it came out earlier this year, and I genuinely loved this book. I feel like I flew through it. This was actually one of those books that I felt like I was able to really get into. I gotta look up the name of the characters because Lord knows I can never remember. Okay, so we have Emma. She has a past, and she doesn't want her husband to know about her past because she loves him. He is the absolute love of her life, and so is her daughter. She loves her daughter. She's so happy with her family, but she does have a past that she doesn't want her husband to know about, and then she goes missing for a little bit, and the Leo is the husband. He is trying so hard trying to figure out like about her, like what's going on with her, where she's at, and he is kind of just trying to like research her life, trying to figure out what he doesn't know about her because he finds some information about her past. There's just like the math ain't mathin'. So it's really, really good. The ending kind of gave me a huge surprise. It was definitely not what I was expecting at all, but it was just so good. I genuinely loved this book, and I think that if you like thrillers, this is a really good one. It was definitely a psychological thriller. Next was recommended to me by a friend, and it is The Float Plan by Trish Dollar, and this is available on Kindle Unlimited, and this one is it does require a trigger warning for suicide and self-harm, so if you have that, be just on the lookout. So basically we have Anna, who lost her fiance, and she and him had planned to sail the Caribbean. I think they had plans to go on this crazy voyage on a sailboat, and she decides that to honor him, she's going to take that boat ride herself, but she realizes that she cannot get from one of her, like, she can't get from her starting point. She can get to a certain point, but then after that she needs help because there's just no way she's gonna be able to do it by herself. So she enlists a local on the island that she's in, and they end up having a very nice time together, and it's definitely a rom-com, but Anna learns how to let go of her past and to know that she can still love her ex, not her ex, but the loss of her fiance. She can still grieve the loss of her fiance while moving on to new love and knowing that there is more to life than what he was, because she is definitely grieving him, and she kind of uses this trip as a way to not get over him but move past the grief that she's been holding on to for so long. So I thought it was really good. Again, definitely that trigger warning is necessary, but it was really cute. The next book I read is A Guide to Being Just Friends by Sophie Sullivan, and this one was an advanced reader's copy. It comes out in January, and I thought this one was so cute. First of all, the cover, precious. We have, I gotta see their names again. Okay, we have Haley, who just moved from LA to another part of California. She decides she wants to start over. She opens up a salad shop, and she is loving her life. She's loving what she's doing. She's having trouble making friends, so she runs into this guy. What is his name? I'm sorry, I can never remember anybody's name. Wes. She runs into Wes, and at first they have a rocky start to their friendship, but they decide that they're gonna be friends because that's what they both need, is a solid friendship in their lives. When and they both obviously feel more than just friendship for each other, but they are obviously just trying to stay friends because they don't want to ruin the best relationship that they've ever had, the closest friendship that they've ever had. So it's very interesting. They lead very different lifestyles. He is an investor in companies and makes a ton of money, and she has, you know, a new company, a small business in this new place, and she is kind of struggling to get her business off the ground and also deal with different rent and other changes that are happening. And so she is trying to be independent because her ex that she left in LA really made her feel like she was not worth anything. And so I definitely have lots of respect for her and the independence that she has. And I think that she really is able to grow into someone who is able to admit when she needs help and not be ashamed of asking for help, while also still trying to remain independent and take care of herself. That was a really cute book. The next one was The Other Woman by Sandy Jones, and this one was a wild ride. Like, literally, it was wild. I cannot remember their names. I think her name is Emily. Her name is Emily. We have Emily, who meets her new boyfriend Adam at a bar, and the whole time you think that like the other woman is going to be like either Emily's going to be the other woman, or you're going to find out that Adam is cheating on her, but actually the other woman is his mother. Basically, it is super fast-paced. It's a psychological thriller. Pammy is his mom. She seems very manipulative, and she is very manipulative and spends basically the entire book trying to gaslight and just be incredibly toxic to Emily, and you cannot figure out for the life of you why Pammy is being so rude to Emily, because she hasn't really done anything wrong. And at the end of the book, you find out why she's been doing this, and it is literally jaw-dropping. I could not believe that I didn't see it coming. Genuinely, it was so good. It was really fast-paced. I can't believe it took me so long to read it. It's available on Kindle Unlimited. At least it was when I read it. I'm not sure. I downloaded it like a year ago, so it may be gone now, but yeah, it was really good, and I would love to have it on my shelf, honestly, because it's so good. The next book I read is called The Things We Do to Our Friends by Heather Darwin, and this also comes out in January of 2023. I gave this one 4 stars, and I have a hard time kind of explaining this book, so I'm just gonna read the description to you real quick. She's an outsider desperate to belong, but the cost of entry might be her darkest secret in this intoxicating debut of literary suspense, following a clique of dangerously ambitious students at the University of Edinburgh, Scotland, a moody city of labyrinthine alleyways, oppressive fog, and buried history, the ultimate destination for someone with something to hide. Perfect for Claire then, who arrives utterly alone and yearning to reinvent herself. And what better place to conceal the dark secrets in her past than the university in the heart of the fabled cobblestoned old town. When Claire meets Tabitha, a charismatic, beautiful, and intimidatingly rich girl from her art history class, she knows she's destined to be friends with her and her exclusive circle, raffish Samuel, shrewd Ava, and pragmatic Imogen. Claire is immediately drawn to their libertine world of sophisticated dinner parties and summers in France. The new life she has always envisioned for herself has seemingly begun, and then Tabitha reveals a little project she's been working on, one that she needs Claire's help with. Even though it goes against everything Claire has tried to repent for, even though their intimacy begins to darken into codependence. But as Claire starts to realize just what her friends are capable of, it's already too late, because they've taken the plunge. They're so close to attaining the things that they want, and there's no going back. What's the cost of an extraordinary life if others have to pay? Reimagining the classic themes of obsession and striving with an original and sinister edge, The Things We Do to Our Friends is a seductive thriller about the toxic battle between friends who have and those who covet, between the desire to truly belong and the danger of being truly known. I gave it 4 stars because it was a little confusing for me, but I still thought it was a good storyline. I just got the characters confused sometimes. I feel like when they were explaining between Ava, Imogen, and Tabitha, it was a little confusing, and also the perspective changed a few times. So the narrator is she's telling in first person, but she's telling it like she's recounting the past, but she also mentions things from the present. So I found that to be a little bit confusing, but otherwise I thought it was a really good storyline. So 4 stars for me. The next book I read was actually one I listened to, and I gave this one 4 stars also. It is The Printed Letter Bookshop by Catherine Ray, and you have The Printed Letter Bookshop is a bookshop in a small town. Everybody knows the bookshop, and it's kind of a place where people come to get new book recommendations and things, but the shop itself is struggling, and then the owner passes away and leaves it in her inheritance to her reclusive niece, and the employees of the store are kind of of like not sure what's gonna happen. They don't know if she's gonna sell. So they really want to help her keep it. They kind of get to know each other really well, and Madeline is the name of the niece. So Madeline she's an attorney. She got passed up for promotion, so she just decides to take her time trying to get the store ready to go and sell it. But she ends up kind of falling in love with the bookstore and the town and the people and the employees of the bookshop, and they kind of become like a found family for her because she's never really had a great relationship with her aunt. So she kind of is unexpectedly falling in love with this bookshop, all while creating female friendships with people who are a lot older than her. She's in her 30s, other employees in her 40s, and others in her 50s. They're all kind of in different parts of their lives, but they all experience things kind of similarly with the bookshop, and I just think it's a really great story about female friendship. And there was a little bit of a love story in there, but that's not primarily what it was. But I thought it was really good, and I think it's maybe like a faith-based book because there's scripture mentioned in it quite a bit, and trusting in God and faith and things like that. So I really enjoyed it, so I gave it 4 stars. And the last book that I read in September was probably my favorite. It is What Happened to the Bandits by Lisa Scottoline. Basically, we have the Bandits. They're on their way home from a volleyball, or they're on their way home from a sporting event for the daughter in the family. Her name is Allison. When they have an attempted carjacking go wrong, and it's a tragedy, they have to go into witness protection, and the dad decides he's not going to put up with that. He does not want to be in witness protection. He wants to protect his family in the best way that he can. So he kind of goes off the rails to make sure that he can take care of his family in the best way possible, even if it means breaking all the rules. And it was super fast paced. I thought it was really good. The beginning of the book, like even just like the first several chapters were so captivating. The first part of the book was genuinely just like the most, I don't know, it was just incredibly captivating. It was so good. And it definitely kept me on my toes. It did take me a little bit longer to read this one just because I just was, like I said, in a slump. But if I wasn't in a slump, I would have flown through this one. It was so good. When did it come out? It came out in March. It was really good. 400 pages, 5 stars. And yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it. So if you guys like thrillers that are fast-paced, I highly recommend that one. So that was the last book I read. Hopefully October will be better with books. I have a list of books that I'm excited to read for fall that I can't wait to share with you guys because that'll be coming soon. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!